But what they're failing to recognize is that I can hold up my phone and Ryan Gentry, who I hadn't sent 1,000 sats to yet, I can push send, right, without asking him his address. And boom, it just like goes, the money just magically shows up in his account. And of course, this is the one time that is not unable to, you don't have your wallet configured with Nostr. So how do you beat something like that?
Guys, there we have a Bitcoin maxi attempting to use the Lightning Network and it absolutely collapsing. Well, in this video, we're going to talk about that as well as how XRP actually fixes this, why the Bitcoin maxis are so scared of XRP. Because guys, I think this clip right here actually is going to teach you a lot on why XRP is so fudded and why they fear it so much. Towards the end of the video though, I also want to talk about some breaking news involving an XRP ETF. Guys, this is something I have been saying is going to happen. The Bitcoin ETF is just a start. Make sure to stick around to the end of the video to see that. You are not going to want to miss it. Like always, your support means so much to this channel. If you enjoyed these videos, make sure to take a quick second to like this video and subscribe to the channel. It's really going to help me out so much. Also, if you ever need a good place to buy some XRP, make sure to check out my favorite exchange Uphold down in the description of this video. With that said, though, let's jump right into it, and I hope you guys enjoyed the content. So guys, as you saw in the intro right there, we just watched a Bitcoin maxi attempt to show someone the Lightning Network on a live interview, and it absolutely collapsing. And this is why these people are so scared of XRP. They are desperately trying to scale Bitcoin and it's failing. They're trying to use all these centralized solutions like the Lightning Network and the Strike app and all kinds of different new features to Bitcoin, but they're just not working and they're not gaining adoption. They want Bitcoin to be a form of payments. They want Bitcoin to be the world's money, but it simply can't do that because the technology is not there. Now, guys, I don't personally think that's an indictment on Bitcoin. I think Bitcoin is great as a store of value and the first ever cryptocurrency, but it's never going to be able to be what XRP is. XRP is always going to have better tech and always have the ability to move money all around the world in fractions of a second for just fractions of a penny. And if he was using the XRP ledger here, right, this would have never happened. He would have been able to send this person money without a hiccup. The XRP ledger hasn't had a single failure in 10 years. The XRP ledger, this would have never happened. But the thing with these Bitcoin maxis is they don't care. They simply want Bitcoin to be used for everything, despite the fact that it is failing to have certain use cases. Bitcoin is never going to be used for payments. Big institutions are never going to use Bitcoin to move money all around the world. And what you're seeing is despite all their efforts to convince you that Strike is working, that the Lightning Network replaces something like XRP, it simply doesn't. Guys, the fact that this happened on a live interview just shows how unreliable this network really is. Institutions are never going to be using the Lightning Network because they need a payments network that is not going to fail them. Guys, the XRP ledger has proven that it's not going to fail, and it has proven that over the years, it will continue to move money all around the world in a way that is not only cheap and fast, but reliable. Guys, just so important to understand, and this is really why XRP is fudded to such a high degree by the Bitcoin maxis. There's no other cryptocurrency really out there that is as mainstream as XRP, but also has better tech than Bitcoin. And I think this is the real reason why they feel the need to try to create false narratives. They know there's really not that many things out there that can really be a threat to Bitcoin. And the one thing out there is probably XRP. So what do? They create FUD, they try to change narratives, they try to push things to the public that don't exist because they know when it comes down to this tech, Bitcoin will simply never be able to compete with XRP. Guys, I thought this was a hilarious interview and I just wanted to share it with you. And guys, this is a little unrelated, but I wanted to share it with you because I thought it was absolutely fascinating. Jeremy Hogan posted this earlier today, and for those of you guys who don't know, the other day there was a phenomenon where essentially Satoshi's wallet, yes, the original Satoshi wallet, was sent $1.2 million worth of Bitcoin. Now, on the surface, right, that seems insane. No one knows who Satoshi is. He might not exist anymore. Why would you waste $1.2 million sending Bitcoin to Satoshi when that money's just going to be disappearing, right? It's never going to come back into the ecosystem. Most likely that money's probably gone. So on its surface, when I saw this, I was like, this is bizarre. Why is someone sending $1.2 million of Bitcoin to Satoshi? Why doesn't he just send it to me, right? I would make good use of that money. But Jeremy Hogan actually made a really interesting point. He said, why would someone do this? The only reason I could think someone would do this was to flush Satoshi out. Under the new IRS rules, you have to report any receipt of crypto over $10,000. So technically, Satoshi would have to dox himself now or break the law. Now, guys, I doubt Satoshi's going to be doxing himself, but it really shows a massive loophole in this new IRS rule. You could just send anyone more than $10,000 and they'd be forced to dox themselves. So I just wanted to bring this to your attention because these are the kinds of things we're going to see as regulations roll into this market. Regulations that simply don't make sense. Regulations that are broken. Regulations that don't work. And despite the fact that I think over the long term, regulations are going to be a net benefit for this industry, this right here is obviously a massive problem. If you could dox any wallet you want simply by sending it 10K, that's a huge issue. And now I don't think Satoshi's going to be doxing himself because of this or anything like that, but it was just a super interesting sequence of events that not only highlights something very weird happening, someone sending $1.2 million to the original Satoshi address, but also the broken regulation where now Satoshi would technically have to dox himself. Guys, I just wanted to bring this to your attention. I thought it was really interesting and really breaks down a huge loophole in the entire IRS rule where you have to dox any 10K payment. I don't think this is really ever going to work out. I think this is going to get changed. And also, I don't think Satoshi is going to now raise his hand and say, oh, you got me. I have to now hand over my identity because someone sent me $1.2 million. Super interesting, though, and I just wanted to bring it to your attention. Guys, I want to finish this video off, though, and just talk about some very interesting XRP news because I have been saying on this channel, the Bitcoin ETFs are going to be massive for the cryptocurrency market, right? And some people have responded to that with the pushback. It's only good for Bitcoin. It's not going to be good for anything else. But guys, the point I have been trying to make extremely clear is this news is not going to stop at Bitcoin. We are going to see institutions rolling out XRP ETFs, and it's only a matter of time. And the reason I know that is because, guys, these institutions are not maximalist. These institutions need to make money. They have a fiduciary duty to their investors to make as much money as possible. And making money is offering their customers products they want, which is going to be other ETFs for other cryptocurrencies. We know that the head of digital assets at BlackRock is a former Ripple member. I can guarantee you BlackRock is going to be filing for an XRP ETF in the future. And what we learned today from digital perspectives is that Fidelity already has an XRP ETP product listed on their website. Because what we're seeing is these institutions are getting ready in the background for the next generations of these ETFs. They needed the Bitcoin one to go through first because that was going to be the first green light. It was going to be the first shoe to drop. But once they get that win, guys, there are going to be so many other ETFs created because the institutions are going to make a killing off of this. And this is the big paradigm shift we just saw in our industry. No longer are the institutions fighting against us. They are now on our side, selling cryptocurrencies to their customers as fast as they can. And guys, what we're seeing right here is these institutions are not just stopping at Bitcoin. There are going to be more, and XRP is certainly going to be on their list. Guys, the thing I always think about is a lot of these institutions, right, are probably working with Ripple behind the scenes on planning for their IPO. You think these institutions, when they're selling their customers the Ripple IPO shares, aren't going to want to say to their customers, hey, not only can you buy stock in Ripple, the company, but you can also buy an ETF, an XRP, the cross-border cryptocurrency token they use in their platform? Guys, to me, it's an absolute no-brainer. And imagine what customers are going to think when they see, oh, a cryptocurrency that's actually being used. A cryptocurrency with real-world utility. It's not just some token that, no one knows who created it. No one knows what it's being used for really on the back end. No one knows if it's being used for ransomware. No one knows where the mining comes from. I know those are just FUD points, but this is what your normie thinks, right? When they see a company actually using one of these cryptocurrencies for a real purpose to actually transform the financial system, guys, they're going to get excited in the same ways we did. So I just wanted to bring this to your attention because to me, over the next year or two, we are going to see all kinds of different cryptocurrency related products created. And I believe an XRP ETF is going to be one of the first ones. Guys, XRP is one of the few with clarity. XRP is one of the few where we know the founders and they're not sketchy. And in fact, they're all in the United States. Ripple and XRP, in my eyes, are the blue chip of cryptocurrency. They are the ones who have done things right since day one. They are the ones who got sued by the SEC and won and proved that this entire time they were one of the most legitimate companies in the cryptocurrency sector. Guys, it's only a matter of time, but what we're seeing is these institutions are getting ready. It's sooner or later, these things are really going to materialize into price, and I think XRP is going to be way higher than it is today. Anyway, guys, thank you so much for coming. I hope you enjoyed this update. If you did, make sure to like and subscribe. It really does mean so much, and for now, Mickle out.